Nope.
Nope, we're not.
There we go. Here we go.
All right, here we go, friends. Today
Hey,
is
friends.
a good day. That's a lot of information. Okay. We are on lesson 7.
Woo!
Woohoo! I'm trying to see everybody. There we go. Raise your hand if you're excited for lesson 7. Yes, they're all yes. Thanks, Daviana. Okay. So what are we doing today? We are talking about saving the butterflies. The butterflies, guys. Everyone put up your butterfly. So cute. Imad, you're
And
really
this
cute.
weekend, when I was outside in the backyard, I saw some butterflies fluttering around.
I did too.
All right, here comes B. So we want to talk, before we start talking about protecting butterflies, we want to talk about more juicy words. You know, when we write and we try not to write the same words.
Are you recording?
Yes, I am. Thank you for checking, Anaya. But you know how sometimes when we write, we use the same couple words all like many times, like pretty, good.
Hi.
Hi, B. Nice to see you. So I want to talk about some more fancy words, okay? Okay.
Sounds good.
You with me?
Yep.
Something is really funny at Briella's house. I wonder what it is. All right. We're going to read this poem to you again called The Butterfly Garden, and then we're going to talk about some of the verbs. In case you forgot, verbs are action words or words that you can do. There's a lot happening right now on your videos, guys. People running and anyway. All right, Missy, so you want to read with me?
Sure thing. I'll start. The Butterfly Garden. There was once a pretty garden with butterflies and berries,
which also had trees that grew brilliant red cherries.
The tiny butterflies soared so beautiful and bright,
flying over bats that slept in caves at night. Overnight.
Sipping up nectar, they were sugar collectors.
The small children vowed to be their protectors.
They planted bushes full of every kind of berry,
so that butterflies could float, flutter, and be merry. That's such a nice poem. Just love that one. So over here, we have this little chart. So it shows the shades of meaning. So like a good word, a really good word, and then a great word are kind of the criteria that we want to use. So down here, we wrote 3 verbs: float, glide, and soar. And I want to know which one of those verbs you think is the best one or the juiciest word. And I want to know why you think that. So your options are float, glide, and soar. Which one of those is like the fanciest word? Hi, Prince. We're talking about fancy words. London, what do you think?
Stunning.
What?
Glide.
Stunning.
Oh, stunning. Okay, so you're looking at the adjectives. Yeah, stunning is definitely the best adjective. London, which of these verbs do you think is the juiciest? Float, glide, or soar?
Soar?
Soar. Why do you think that?
Because it's a nice word for butterflies.
It does describe what butterflies do pretty well, right? They soar through the air. Oh, I kind of have like a butterfly type shirt on today. Don't I? No? Okay. Does anybody have a different opinion? Float, glide, or soar? Which one is the best word to use in a poem? Or if you agree, you can show me too. Briella, agree? Okay. All right, let's move on. On. Okay, we're going to stop sharing that screen and we're going to start sharing this screen, and we're going to read this book, A Place for Butterflies. So I want you to be thinking while we read about the same notes that we took when we learned about bats. So what are the dangers that exist for butterflies, and then why are butterflies important to our world? Yeah, exactly like butterflies are soaring. Okay, so remember, you're listening for the dangers that butterflies face and then why they're important.
Sounds good.
Okay. If you're listening to me, put your finger on your nose. Oh, good. Okay. I'm just checking. You want to start, Miss Tisha?
Sure. Butterflies fill our world with beauty and grace, but sometimes people do things that make it hard for them to live and grow.
If we work together to help these special insects, there will always be a place for butterflies. And over here it says a butterfly's life. As butterflies grow, they go through 4 life stages. A female butterfly lays her eggs on plants. When an egg hatches, a caterpillar wiggles out. After a few weeks of non-stop eating, the caterpillar becomes a pupa. It is surrounded by a hard shell called a chrysalis. When the chrysalis splits open, a winged adult enters the world. Bless you.
Thank you.
Like all living things, butterflies need to eat certain foods. Many adult butterflies feed on flower nectar.
When people have gardens in their yards, butterflies can live and grow.
I can read the little sidebar. It says, have you ever seen an eastern tiger swallowtail fluttering around a wildflower garden or resting on an apple tree? These butterflies spend their days sipping sweet nectar. Their favorite flowers include lilacs, apple blossoms, and wild cherry blossoms. When people grow trees and other flowering plants in their yards, eastern tiger swallowtail butterflies have plenty of food.
I think we do have those where we live. I think I've seen those before. Some butterflies feed on sugary sap. Sorry, Miss Usually.
It's okay. When people work to protect forests, butterflies can live and grow. And this box says most butterflies feed on nectar, but mourning cloaks sip tree sap and juices from rotting fruit. When wooded areas are destroyed to make room for houses and other buildings, mourning cloaks have trouble surviving. When people protect and preserve forests, mourning cloaks have a place to live and food to eat.
Okay, so I heard that sometimes people don't protect forests, and that's dangerous to butterflies. Many caterpillars eat only one kind of plant. Some caterpillars depend on plants that grow on burned land.
When people let some natural wildfires burn, butterflies can live and grow.
This is the Carner blue butterfly. We think of fires, tornadoes, and hurricanes as dangerous and destructive, but Carner blue caterpillars depend on these natural disasters. The caterpillars eat only wild lupine, a plant that grows best in places where other plants have been burned away or knocked over. Having trouble reading today. At the Albany Pine Bush Preserve in New York, people carefully set fires to create the perfect habitat for Carner blues. Thanks to their hard work, the number of butterflies is growing. I have those plants in my garden, Miss Tishley. Those flowers. All right, let's keep going.
Some caterpillars depend on plants that grow in wet places.
When people protect swamps and marshes, butterflies can live and grow.
And these ones are called Hessel's hairstreak. And it says, Hessel's hairstreak caterpillars must eat the leaves of the Atlantic cedar, a tree that grows in swamps. In the past, people drained the water out of these wetlands. The cedar trees died and caterpillars starved. Now that Hessel's hairstreaks are protected by law in 7 states, people are preserving the wetland home.
Oh, so if like a person wanted to build a house there, they would have to get rid of all that water, and then the butterflies would have nowhere to live. Interesting.
Some caterpillars depend on plants that are poisonous to cattle and sheep.
When farmers let these plants grow in fields where their animals don't graze, butterflies can live and grow. This is a monarch butterfly. I think we've all seen those before, right? Have you seen those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Female monarch butterflies always lay their eggs on milkweed plants. It is the only food monarch caterpillars can eat, but milkweed can give cattle and sheep a terrible stomachache. Farmers don't want sick animals, so they often kill the milkweed. But if they let milkweed grow in fields where their animals aren't feeding, monarch butterflies will be able to lay their eggs on the plants. Zayel, what's up, buddy? You raising your hand? Okay, what's up?
I didn't hear what you said on the other page because my ding was kept on frozen.
Oh, on this page? So on this page, it talked about wetlands and how sometimes people will drain the water out of there so that they can like build a house or a building. And when they do that, the butterflies, these hair streak butterflies can't live there anymore and they'll die. Okay. Okay, let's keep
That's just sad.
It is sad. All right.
Some caterpillars depend on plants that attack the trees people use to make paper.
When people leave these plants alone, butterflies can live and grow.
And this is called thicket hair streak. Thicket hair streak caterpillars must eat dwarf mistletoe, a plant that jams root-like sinkers into trees and steals food and water. Dwarf mistletoe often attacks the large evergreen trees that grow in the western forests. For many years, forest rangers killed mistletoe because it was harming trees used to make paper and other wood products. But now they are letting it grow so that it can provide food and shelter for thicket hair streak caterpillars and other forest creatures.
Mm. So you know how we make paper out of trees, right?
Yep.
If there's a plant that destroys the trees, they would knock it or kill the plant so that the trees can survive and we can have paper, but that's not good for the caterpillars either. Man, this is hard.
Butterflies need more than just food to survive. They also need to stay safe and healthy. Some butterflies are so beautiful that people like to catch and keep them.
When laws stop people from collecting these special insects, butterflies can live and grow. And this is a Mitchell's satire. Because Mitchell's satires are so beautiful, many people want to add them to their butterfly collections. In 1992, the little red-winged insects were added to the endangered species list. Now, it is against the law to catch and keep them. In Michigan, people are working hard to save Mitchell's satyrs and the lands where they live. Some butterflies are harmed by chemicals used to kill other insects. When people stop using these chemicals or spray them very carefully, butterflies can live and grow. This one's called the, how do you say that?
Shouse?
The shouse. Oh no.
Oh,
Let's see what it
I
says.
think it's the shouse swallowtail.
Okay, the shouse swallowtail.
In South Florida, giant clouds of mosquitoes fill the skies during the hot, humid summer. When workers began spraying chemicals to kill the mosquitoes, the number of shouse swallowtails fell too. In 1991, the spraying stopped in areas where the butterflies lived. The shouse swallowtail is still in trouble, but scientists hope it will survive.
That's a hard call because I do not like mosquitoes, but I definitely want to save the butterflies. Some butterflies have trouble surviving when new plants invade the areas where they live. When people choose native plants for their yards, butterflies can live and grow.
And the Oregon silver spot. Scotch broom is a plant that grows naturally in Great Britain, but because it has pretty yellow flowers and grows easily, people in the Pacific Northwest plant it in their yards. Over time, Scotch broom crowded out the plants Oregon silver spots fed on, and the butterflies had trouble surviving. Recently, zoos in Oregon and Washington began a program to replace Scotch broom with native plants, and Oregon silver spots are making a comeback.
That's great news.
Wonderful.
Butterflies have trouble surviving when their natural homes are destroyed.
Many butterflies can only live in open fields. When people create new grassy areas, butterflies can live and grow.
This is the Harris's checker spot. Right now, people are building houses and shopping malls on the land where they used to live. And the workers, they asked the scientists when they could mow the grass without harming the butterfly eggs or the caterpillars. And so they work around their schedule, and now the butterflies can spend their whole lives living in New England. I paraphrased that one.
That's great. Some butterflies can only survive in sandy thickets near the oceans.
When people work to restore these wild places, butterflies can live and grow. And these are the Palos Verdes blue butterflies. And they had to be saved too.
When too many butterflies die, other living things may also have trouble surviving.
That's why it's so important to protect butterflies and the places they live. And this little box over here, it's an important one. It says, other animals need butterflies. Butterflies are an important part of the food chain. Caterpillars rarely gobble up enough leaves to kill a plant. As they eat, their droppings fall to the ground and add nutrients to the soil. Both caterpillars and chrysalids are good sources of food for other insects, as well as mice, possums, skunks, birds, and toads. Adult butterflies are often eaten by spiders, dragonflies, and praying mantids. Without butterflies, many other creatures would go hungry.
Wow. Butterflies have lived on Earth for 140 million years.
Some of the things people do can harm butterflies, but there are many ways you can help these special insects live far into the future. Here's some ideas. Do not catch and keep butterflies. Do not spray chemicals that could harm butterflies. Join a group of people that is keeping track of butterflies in your area, if you have some spare time. Write an article about butterflies for your school, or start a butterfly garden in your yard or neighborhood. Okay, we're gonna stop there, friends. So we heard a lot of information there, like a lot.
So much.
So much information. So we're gonna go back to our presentation and talk about some of the dangers that butterflies face. What do you know is dangerous for butterflies? Let me see, London.
Chemicals.
Chemicals are dangerous for butterflies. Yeah, chemicals that kill other bugs that people don't want around, and then chemicals that kill plants that people don't want around. All of those things are dangerous to butterflies. Good thought. What else, friends? What else is dangerous to butterflies? People are dangerous to butterflies, but how? Briella?
Animals is dangerous for the butterflies because they're gonna eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Because did London say chemicals?
She did, yeah.
She did, yeah.
But you're right. Other animals are dangerous to butterflies. Good job. What else do people do that is dangerous to butterflies' habitats? What do people do?
Look I'll act it out. Pretend this is a tree.
Imad?
Cut down trees.
Good boy. You win.
Yeah, exactly. All those things, friends. And then on Friday, we also read some other things like it's hard to find nectar when there's a drought. There's heavy rains and changing temperatures. So there's a lot of things that can affect butterflies. They're very delicate insects. So your job today is going to be to take some notes from that book, which you can reread, or you can rewatch the video where we read it, and tell us 2 reasons why butterflies are important to plants, and then 2 reasons why butterflies are important to other animals, okay? Hold on, I'm trying to make this work. Here we go. Here's your target. I can write relevant notes about reasons why it is important to protect butterflies. So what does relevant mean? What do we mean by relevant notes? So if I am talking about butterflies, but I take a note that says waffles are really yummy with syrup, is that relevant to what I'm talking about?
No.
What if I write butterflies are important pollinators for lots of types of fruits and vegetables? Is that relevant? Yeah. So make sure you're staying focused and on task with your notes, okay? All right, we did have one more thing we were going to do today, but I think we might be running out of time, Miss Usually. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we are running out of time.
All right, so we can start with that thing tomorrow when we get together.
We have 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough time for us to do what we were going to do. So that's okay. We can do that tomorrow. I would rather have read that book with you and made sure we all understand that. So let me just show you your work real quick and then you'll be good to go. Whoa, what are you typing, B? That's some drama. Okay. Your work looks like this today. So these are notes. We took these notes together. So these are the dangers that butterflies face. You're just going to leave that part alone. But you're going to type 2 reasons why butterflies are important to plants and 2 reasons why butterflies are important to animals. All the places where it says type here, that's where you're going to put your answers, okay? Anybody have a question or a comment or a concern? Or you just want to, say hi? No? Okay, if you're ready to go, you can go ahead and get started. And we will see you tomorrow.
Miss Deacon, I got a message from Mariah's mom,